everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for tip number 14 in our Totally Tiffany 20 days of tips for organizing your craft supplies. Today I'm going to talk about tab divider pockets. So we make tab divider pockets in lots and lots of different sizes. Lots of them work with our magnetic sheets for die and stamp storage. But I want to talk about the value of using tab divider pockets to organize your supplies. And there are lots of reasons to use tab divider pockets. So the first one is that when you put everything in a pocket, everything is even, so you can see everything in your, in this case, file box. So this is our slimline storage box, and you can see all of the tab divider pockets. The labels are at the top. So it makes it really easy to see everything. Now, does everything need to go in a tab divider pocket is kind of a common question, right? So I have this. This is a cutting embossing folder for slimline cards. And I could just put it in the box, right? It would fit in the box, and it doesn't really need any protection on it, right? It's an embossing folder. There's nothing really that's going to get damaged there. But the minute I drop this into the box between two pockets, it disappears, and I can't even see it. So that is why putting everything in a pocket is so helpful, because now I can label the pocket, everything's at the right height, I can pop it back into the box wherever it belongs, and I can see it. So that's one reason to use tab divider pockets, keeping everything level. The other reason is, if I have this tab divider pocket with a name on it of what belongs in there and it's empty, I know that this is floating around somewhere, right? And I need to find it and put it back. So it does help you keep track of your supplies as well as keep them organized when they're in the box. Another great reason for using tab divider pockets is that you can keep things together that you're going to use together. So in this case, this is a complete set of 6 stencils, right? 6 stencils, stamps, and dies that all work together. Well, of course, I want to keep all of those things together that I'm going to use together. So putting them all together in a pocket makes it fast and easy to find them, which means I'm going to use them. It also keeps me, reminds me that I've got all the different pieces that fit with that particular kit, right? So tab divider pockets are going to hold more than just one thing. In this case, I've got 6 stencils, a stamp set, a magnet, and the dies all in one nice, neat little bundle. So it's keeping things together that you're going to use together. Another benefit, this is a slimline card base that I cut out and I didn't use. Well, now I can store that card base right there with the die. So when I go to use this die again, maybe I can already use that, right? My work might already be done for me. So it really helps you keep focused on, or make the best use of things and be able to find them quickly and easily. The other thing with tab divider pockets is that you can keep smaller things. So this is a set of 5 stencils, and I've used our tab divider. So I labeled the pocket stencils, and then I've created these little pockets out of this pink paper for each of the stencils, so I can pull them in and out. Right, I can see what the stencil design is, but they're all right there in the pocket, nice, neat, tidy. My other tip for you about labeling your pockets is to, and I've done it even on these little insert pieces, is to label both sides. Then no matter how you stuff that back in the box, which I'm hoping that you put it back in order where it belongs, but we know that doesn't always happen, you're going to be able to see the name. So even if you put the pocket in backwards, you are still going to be able to see the name, and that makes it really easy to find things again. And that's really what we're after. How easy is it to find something that you want to use, to take it out, to use it, and then to put it back? And tab divider pockets really simplify all of that. The other thing is about them, they're going to hold things that you might not suspect they would hold. So if you have something like this Cricut cartridge, so I've got the cartridge, the booklet, and the overlay, right, all in this pocket. So rather than having a giant box to hold all of these things and taking up tons of space in my room, putting them in a tab divider pocket makes them, again, visible, accessible, but it really makes the space that they're in significantly smaller. I mean, I've got 3 in the back of this box, right? 3 Cricut boxes would take up, gosh, 4 times this much space on the shelf, and they'd be harder to get to. So you're really talking about simplifying access and really condensing down the space, and at the same time keeping those things together that you're going to use together. One other thing that's really helpful about tab divider pockets is that if you do have any sort of instructions or project ideas or any of that type of thing that goes with your supplies, you can put those instructions right into the pocket at the same time. So it makes it really easy to keep instructions with the products that you want to work with as well. One other tip that's helpful for dies, not so much this big frame die, but if you have smaller dies, is to actually load the magnet in facing the back of the pocket. So the back of the pocket is higher, so it's easier to put the magnet in the back of the pocket without catching the dies, let's see if I can do it here, on the pocket edge and sort of peeling them off as you stick them in the pocket. So load your dies backward, and it's a little bit easier to keep the dies on the magnet as you're loading them into the pocket. One of the biggest benefits to keeping everything together in your tab divider pockets is that you can protect all of those valuable things that you've invested in, whether it's keeping a stencil from getting bent up or losing small bits and pieces for dies or misplacing the stamps that go with the dies and the stencils. Putting everything together in a tab divider pocket protects all of those pieces while it's keeping them together. So they're really a super simple, easy way to organize all of our different craft supplies. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, they come in almost every size that you could possibly need for your standard craft supplies. So from 4x6 up to 12x12, you're going to find tab divider pockets that work across the Totally-Tiffany range. Fab files, paper takers, some buddy bags. You're going to love all of these for getting everything organized from dies and stamps and stencils right through to scraps and projects. So thanks for tuning in today for the tip of the day. I will see you all tomorrow.